Well, hello and welcome to Little Workroom Crafts. My name is Davina and I live in the southeast coast of the UK. Today this is a little extra. It is actually Saturday the 10th of April and a lovely friend of mine and also a viewer has asked me if I would show how I do the cleaning and the oiling and everything of my sewing machine. But taken off the plate and everything like that, I'm assuming is the same, you know, in any machine. But the oiling, you will have to check your instruction manual. They just go under maintenance, and then they'll tell you where you've got to drop your oils. Basically, I was supposed to do this yesterday because I normally do this every Friday because I change my needle in my machine every Friday and I oil my machine so it sits and rests ready for my Monday at work. But this morning I actually had to do a little bit of sewing. I ain't going to show you what it is because you'll all see it on the podcast anyway. So I can't decide whether to put this up tomorrow or early Monday before I actually record the normal weekly podcast. So please bear in mind, please bear in mind, this is where the oil go is for this machine, which I have got the TL98P, which is the Juki straight sewer semi-industrial. But as I say, look in your manuals, please. But then again, you know, I'm gonna talk you through it. Right then, okay, so let's get you in position and then we'll get you back. Right then, okay, I hope that you can see everything. I'm just going to remove my knee rest, and I've also got to remove that. And have I got my, no, hold on, I have now. Your machine should come with a little brush. It's quite hard here, and it does actually collect the fluff really well. My needles ready, my walking foot and my oil. Okay, let's get one of my screwdrivers, shall we? So in my plate here there is 2 screws. Let's see if I can get you slightly closer. Sorry about the movement. So let's use this. There's one here at the back and there's one here at the front. Okay, so this is the screwdriver that you actually get with a machine. So, and it is a brilliant little screwdriver, I will say. Make sure you actually put your screws in a safe place. You do not want to lose one of these. So this is, as I say, for my machine, the basic. Okay, there is another way that there is another place on this machine that needs a clean, but I normally do that every other week, so it doesn't need it this week. But it's not on my domestic, so I'm assuming that it won't be on yours. Right, so remove the plate. So there's your plate. As you see underneath here, see, look, there's quite a lot of lint and fluff, and that's not bad actually for a week sewing, because I have been up here a lot this week. So get it all out and prop it in the bin. And make it clean. See that coming off there? So it's only been a week. Do not blow, please do not blow. I know it's tempting, but don't blow on your bits, because the last thing you want is for all to go inside there. Let's take my, as I say, I've got a bobbin case with this one. With my others it's a drop down, a drop-in bobbin. So I get all in there, put all that in my bin, and generally go round and give it a good clean. Let's put that in there. I'll take that out in a minute actually, because I'm going to change that needle, ain't I? Right, let's get in there, right in there, and see what I can get. You'll be surprised, you really will. Also, as well, as I say, I do change my needle. Now, I've got into the habit of doing it once a week when I do with this machine when I oil it. A lot of problems when it comes to machines playing up is the first thing we always say at work is, when was the last time you changed your needle? I could mention somebody I know actually who hasn't changed her needle for a while. You know who you are. Because we were only talking about it the other day. Yeah, so they reckon 6 to 8 hours of sewing on a needle. Now I know by the end of the week, like this morning when I was doing a little bit of sewing I needed to do, I could hear that this needle needed changing. You know, if it's blunt, it's hitting against stuff and it's not actually doing all this in here any good at all. So you really do need to change your needles. That is very, very important. There we go. I hope I ain't got my head in the way, just so I can see there. Righty, okay, there. As I say, it was pretty good this week. Mind you, I have done a lot though, but there you go. Put that back in there. Put that back on there. Don't be afraid if you haven't actually ever removed your plate before. Trust me, when you do, you'll think, my word. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah. And you will actually notice a difference when you do this, change your needle, on how better it sews. You really will. How much better it goes in your fabric. And just sew, how much better it sews in general. Right, let's get that in. Okay. Oh, come on, in you go. Right, let's get this one in now. And then I can tighten that one up a bit more. There we go. So with all, even my domestics, I've always taken my plate off and give it a clean underneath, always. There we go. Right, so that's that bit done. Machine, I have to do this hole, this hole, this hole. Am I showing you that? Yeah, no, this hole, and this, and this, okay? But as I've said, sorry about the moving around, mine is not a normal domestic machine, so please check. That says a few drops. Because I do it every week, I only do a couple of 3 drops. Your oil, you should get a bottle of oil with your machines. They're normally standard. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. So there's that bit done. Let me get a tissue. Right, so now to change your needle, get the same little screwdriver and whatever size needle you're going to use. So let's get you here. See, I'm going to have to invest into one of those overhead standy doofers. The stand I use all the time is my is one I picked up in the charity shop. Everything else I do. Right, no, I don't want that one. Let's have a look. No, I don't know if I want that one. No, that's a new one. There we go. This is the one I need. Right, now you normally would have a screw here over the needle, where the needle is. Whatever you do is hold on to that needle while you while you're unscrewing, because the last thing you want is it to fall down in that mechanism. Otherwise it will go to a go and get it out. It won't be a job that can be done. And then pop the needle back in. Where are we? Right, there we go, up there. Just screw it up with your finger and then get your screwdriver, tighten up a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit, just to make sure it's in there. And that is basically, there's going to be a lot of editing on this. And that is basically what I do every week. Now I'll let her sit. So normally I will do this on a Friday evening after I've finished, and then she sits for 2 days. But she'll be all right this week, just for sitting tonight, and then tomorrow, and then it'll be Sunday night, ready for Monday. So yeah, it'll be absolutely fine. So yeah, taking the plate off is as easy as 2 screws on this. I think even if there's a third, just take it off and remove that plate. Okay, give it a good brush underneath, it will be fine, absolutely fine. Just don't blow it. Try not to blow on your machine, because all that lint then is going all into this part, in these parts here and up here, which is what you don't want. You really, really don't want that. Okay then, right, so I hope this has helped, and I hope my friend now is going to be brave enough to do a little bit of maintenance on the machine. But please, I'm going to remind you, change that needle. And there's a needle for every job. When I start putting my quilt blocks together and stuff like that, I am going to be talking more about the tools you use in general patchwork. The tools you use, the needles, what needles you use for what thing, the threads, and so on. So I know I did little tutorials, not last year, the year before, but that was for a different kind of patchwork. How can you say different kind of patchwork? But it was, you know what I mean? That was just putting squares together, where these, they are a bit more complex. You're making shapes, you're making pictures. So I've got a different way of marking them, and an easier way of marking them, and so on. So what I will say to you is, you know, have a go. Take out the plate, clean underneath that plate. Well, I bet you if you have never done it, it will need doing. Change that needle. That is my advice. Okay then, right, I've got to go downstairs and make a cup of tea, because I have got a lovely Zoom meeting with some lovely friends, and I will see you all on Monday. So take care, stay safe, happy crafting, bye.